Hello, it's day one in Florence, and I don't start class until tomorrow. So we're gonna scope out the lay of the land and see how far where we're staying is from where I'm gonna have to go to class and see if we can walk it or if we're gonna need to take the bus. So that's our main agenda today, and also just getting some good food and getting acquainted with our neighborhood for the next month.
Uh, Ragazzo is boy. You need to get back.
We just took a siesta because we have been walking and going on the bus. We don't on the bus. How many times did we go on the bus today, you think? Like 3 times, and walked our little butts off since about 5 a.m. So now we're gonna go get some dinner. We went to the farmacia and got some anti-itch cream because I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes out here, and apparently my blood tastes like Pepsi Cola to these skeeters. We also got some bug spray, so I'm gonna do that so I don't get any more bites. I kind of look like I have chickenpox right now. There we go. These mosquitoes are out for blood, as we know. Well, it smells pretty good, actually. Do you want some of this?
I'm okay.
Really?
I only got like 2 bites.
Are you serious?
And I'm not even convinced that they're from here.
I have like, oh my god, it got in my mouth. I have probably like 20 bites right now. All over my legs and arms. We're looking for a leather purse right now because I need something to put all of my crap in. Get a leather bag today, but I did find this thing that'll work for today for €7. Now we're walking to the convent and we're all gonna meet with the classmates and walk over to first day of school orientation. Good first day of class. I'm very tired and drunk now. Why does he literally look like he's lived here his entire life? Hello. I have not spoken to y'all in a couple days because there honestly just has not been time. It's been jam packed from like 7 a.m. until whenever I get home, like midnight, every single day. The first couple days had a lot of hiccups, I'm not gonna lie. I got completely eaten alive by mosquitoes. I was warned about it, but the mosquitoes here like me a lot better than they do in California, and they're not biting William at all, but it's like, oh, they're actually healing a lot, but my arms and legs are covered in them, and I have by this is Thursday today. By this point, I have refined my mosquito routine, and we have a vape, which is different than a vape in the United States. Vape is something you plug in the wall to get the mosquitoes to bug spray, anti-itch cream, aloe vera, all the things. So I'm doing a lot better. But that first 2 days really got me, and the heat that here is also not cool, and it's just been a sensory nightmare, but like at the same time, you're experiencing these things that are like the most incredible, beautiful works of art and buildings and food and obviously culture. All this stuff makes it all worth it, of course, but it's exhausting because you're experiencing such highs and lows some days. And today was the second day of class. I'm going to try to do a good job recapping everything, even though I haven't had a lot of chances to talk, because I haven't gotten super comfortable with vlogging in front of my classmates yet, but everyone's so sweet and nice, and they're so cute and cool, and I've had some really good conversations. Like today, I went to the Uffizi Museum, and I love that place. I went for my honeymoon last year to the Uffizi and saw The Birth of Venus, which is my favorite work of art of all time. Got to see it again today. I feel so privileged and lucky that I get to say that I've seen it in person once, and not to mention twice now. So this time, because we went as a class, I got to spend so much more time looking at all of the art in this insanely cool museum. And it's just I'm just so fortunate that this is happening. And I'm very, 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 very grateful to be welcomed here in this beautiful city, and all the local people we've talked to have been so sweet and kind to us, and I've been working on my pronunciation of things and trying to be a good tourist. But today I had a little chat with a fellow classmate, like talking about just how overwhelming these past 2 days of class. It's only been 2 days of class, but it's like so good that it's almost making us sad, because it's like, wow, like we only have so much time to soak it all in. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming in a good way and a bad way. And how many steps do you think we did today? I probably did between 20 to 30,000 steps. Yeah. And that's like a lot of steps. And I actually feel really good. Like, I don't feel, besides the blisters, I don't really feel that bad. But like, that's just a lot of time to be not sitting down and like bed rotting, which I'm more used to. That's okay though, because like that's why I'm here. I'm here to like experience, do things out of my comfort zone, and that's definitely happening. And I'm super grateful. It's good. I do hope to have more free hours to actually make some art, because I mean, classes, we do like, the assignments, but I haven't had a chance to really like art journal this week and have a moment to myself. Tomorrow is another figure drawing day. We're splitting up the courses in groups of like 4 days. So we've had day 1 and day 2 of figure drawing, and then we have a break, 1 day break. And I think William and I are going to go see the ocean, because it's so hot here. I need to feel the sweet release of water again. It's so hot. I can't believe how hot it is, but at least it's not as hot as Fresno. I'm going to go to bed. It's been good. I'll try to actually talk more the rest of this week. Good morning. This is the fit day. We're going to the Duomo, or at least the Duomo Museum. I'm not really sure, but it's about 8 o'clock and I'm gonna head over there, and I just wanted to show you guys. I found artsy. This is my favorite drink I've ever had in Italy. It stands for arancia, carota, limone. I don't know actually. I think this is something like a vitamin, but ACE, artsy. It's the best juice in the world. It's actually my favorite drink in the world, and I tried finding it when we came back home anywhere last time and I couldn't find it, and I tried making it from scratch and it's just not the same. This shit is the best. It's gonna be a good day. This is a little embarrassing because I'm in a museum right now, but I wanted to vlog this moment right now. So I'm in this museum, and this piece right here is really inspiring me in an interesting way. This is all terracotta ceramic sculpture, and the light rays, you know how I feel about interesting light and holy light and divine light, so it's very inspiring. But this piece right here, I'll show other video footage of it. It reminds me of the structure of some graphic design elements, which is interesting because this is sculpture and obviously graphic design's 2D, but I sketched it out and I was thinking this would be a really cool little decorative piece to have on the top of a wedding suite illustration. Having this on like the border, but then in the center here having like two angels holding up the curtains, and then having your text for the wedding invite I'm picturing here would be super cool. And then just adding these little like embellishments where need be. This is just really inspiring me for like wedding illustration stuff. I was in that room of the museum for like an hour and a half just sketching that little terracotta decorative piece, and hardly anyone was in there. It was really nice and peaceful. It can be pretty overwhelming because everything is there's so much art to see and there's so much on display and beautiful, but there's also just so many details that aren't even on display, like this. It's the last day of figure drawing, so gotta make it count. Just finished my last day of figure drawing class, and now we are gonna go get dinner. I'm gonna change into something fancier, and tomorrow's my day off, and we're gonna go to the beach. And then the next day is the first day of tempera painting class and gilding, which I'm super excited about. I hear that we're using pigments and raw materials to create our own paints, so that is extremely exciting. I got some earrings from a street vendor at that little market today. They're not vintage earrings. They're like, I don't even think they're real pearls necessarily, but they're like the Baroque pearl style, and I really like them. But the main reason I bought them was because I was looking at them and I opened it and the pearl fell off and I really embarrassed myself. So I was like, to redeem my stupid Americanness, I'll just buy them. She said that she makes them this way so then you can change the charm out. Like I have the pearl one on, but you can just take it off and then put a different charm on. Time to go to dinner. Good morning, it's Sunday morning. I got up at 5 a.m. this morning and I've been just catching up on some journaling and some pondering about things, and I have realized that this week was kind of a blur. It was really a lot for me in the moment, and I didn't really describe any of the places I went to, so I'm gonna do that in retrospect. The first place we went to was the Santa Croce Cathedral, and that was where all those stained glass windows were, and Michelangelo's tomb, Galileo's tomb, Dante's tomb. There's a bunch of famous Florence people buried there. And we had a tour guide named Marcello who took us through that cathedral, and then after the tour we got to kind of just have some free time. So I just sat in the pews and admired the stained glass for like an hour, drew some things, but really just like sat there. That was our first place we went, and it blew my mind a little bit too much because the rest of the day was just jam-packed with classes and stuff. So that was on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we went to the Uffizi Gallery, and I went there last year for my honeymoon and saw The Birth of Venus, my favorite painting of all time by Botticelli. We saw that again, and then actually had like a longer tour and had, I think her name was Marcia, who gave us that tour, and she and our other professors gave us a lot of insight about the paintings there. That was super cool to like get some in-depth info. But I mean, those galleries are so big that we can't really go through everything like with a tour. So for about, I don't know, I think it was about 5 hours I was there. I just, self-guided and sat and looked at the ceilings. So in the Uffizi, there's these crazy ceiling murals that I'm just fascinated by. And I just sat there looking up. My neck started to hurt really bad because I was looking up trying to draw. But that was really incredible, and I met some cool people while we were sketching in there. And I definitely want to go back. I don't feel like you can do the Uffizi just once or just in one day. There's so much there. So I might need to revisit that. Then Friday, we went to the Opera del Duomo, I think is what it's called. And that was I don't even know, I think it used to be the workshop of Michelangelo when he was learning, but they've turned it into a museum across from the Duomo Cathedral, and it has information about how the Duomo was built, and then a bunch of other like big important sculptures live there now, and that was really cool. And then the next day, Saturday, yesterday, we went to the Bargello, and that was like the old police department in Florence and where people would be hung for crimes, but they've turned that into another sculpture museum. And that one was really cool because it wasn't just like, I mean, I love marble sculpture, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of ceramics, and that's where my interests are. I saw a lot of like religious themed ceramic sculptures, and that was really, really cool to see and sketch for a while too. So what's been great about these classes is that we do these tours like as a group, and then they let us kind of roam free and kind of self-educate and sketch and do whatever we are gonna do, which has been awesome. And then after whatever that break is in between the tour and then the next classes, I have to walk over to the CSU building, and we've been doing figure drawing this week. That's been really fun. Our professor Samantha is very sweet and energetic, and it's been really fun working with her, but unfortunately that class is over, and we're gonna move on to tempera painting and gilding on Monday, which I'm so excited about because I've never ever used gold foil, and I've always wanted to learn how to do that. And I guess we're gonna make paints from scratch, which sounds really cool. So that's happening. And then today is our day off, first day off, and William and I are going to Viareggio, and that is on the coast. So we're gonna take a train. It's about a 2-hour train, and I'm gonna vlog very well today because I have more mental space to do that and less freaking out if I'm gonna get to class on time, which is what a lot of the beginning of this vlog is probably gonna be. So sorry about that. But today is a chill day, and I'm really excited to just draw and cool off and go swimming and eat some more good food. Essentials. We got rained out a little bit. It stops raining now that we're sitting down under the cover. Rain has subsided, so I'm gonna go back to our little spot, and I'm gonna art journal on the beach. It has begun raining again. And honestly, I'm not even mad because this week has been so hot in Florence. It was like 95 degrees a couple days ago. This feels like refreshing and like rejuvenating. I needed to be baptized in the rain of the Tuscan, I don't know what this is called, you know, the coast of Italy. I needed to be refreshed here, so I'm happy with it. I just can't really use my paper right now because it's getting soaking wet, but it feels so nice. I don't even want to leave.